Good morning, good morning, good morning. This is your Monday 707, and we have just finished our series on preparation, and we started a new series. We're talking about value. Okay? What do we mean by value? When you go to a shop and you say, I didn't get value for money. When you buy something and you feel like, was this worth it? Was this worth the money that I paid for it? Value. So that's what we're going to be talking about. It's an interesting series. This is not just about personal development, it's also about corporate development, all right? Corporate social responsibility, how companies are made and how they bring value to society. This is an amazing series. I'm looking forward to it. Listen in. This is part 1. Cheers. So, let me put it this way. You must dance to the beat of your own drum. You cannot afford to allow the world to dictate the beat that you're dancing to. The world has got such a low threshold for success. The things that people applaud these days will surprise you. A guy will be somewhere dancing in a funny way in his bedroom for 5 seconds, and before you know it, he's trending on social media. Someone who's never produced any music, doesn't have an album, doesn't have anything, is not even a career musician, will go and do a collab or a song, and before you know it, they're trending, they're millionaires. That's what the world applauds. So many people are accidental successes. They really don't have success, but for some reason they stumble into that success and they become, moneyed. They become rich. If that becomes your benchmark, you're going to struggle because you cannot recreate accidents. And this is a problem with that. People who stumble into success, unfortunately, do not have a track record. They don't have resilience. They don't have any skill. So what happens is that success that they stumbled into, they cannot reproduce it. If you can't reproduce it, then you can't teach it. If you can't teach it to somebody else, you can't impact an industry, and so you cannot impact society. You see, this is why Africa is struggling to grow itself, is because we don't think industry, we think individuals. Unless your mindset changes from thinking individual to thinking industry, society, how am I impacting society, then you're going to find that you're only thinking about yourself. That is the genesis of a scarcity mentality. Can I become successful? The other day I was talking to somebody and I was giving a talk about vision, and this person calls me aside, I want to talk to you, my vision is to be rich. I said, what? Come again? So the guy says, my vision is to be the richest person in the world. And I told him that can't be a vision. The richest people in the world are not trying to be the richest people in the world. So you can't have a dream to be the richest person in the world, and yet even the richest people, that's not their vision. The vision of the richest people in the world, Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, Bill Gates, these guys are thinking about impact. As long as your vision is centered around yourself, you will not be able to impact society. And so this is the genesis of corruption. Corruption happens when somebody has a scarcity mentality and they're just thinking about themselves. They don't have the ability to think about the entire society, the entire industry, and the impact they are bringing. When companies are doing their corporate vision, we were taught wrong. We were taught that you say your vision is to be, to become, or to achieve. But that's wrong. A company vision cannot be to be, because that is self-centered. A company's vision should be to do. What impact are you going to bring to the society and the community around you? When you build a company around an outward-looking vision, then it means you will see people. You will not use people. When you see your employees, they're not conduits to you getting your success and money. They are not a means to an end. You can see how you treat people as an important part of the process. In fact, it's an end in itself. So when you start having a vision that is centered around creating value, then you'll be successful, because people will always pay for value. People will always pay for what you add to society. And this is what we as young people need to learn, that being moneyed, being rich is not an end in and of itself. It is important for you to bring value to society. So you as an individual, my challenge would be, what value are you planning to bring to society? When you look at your career path, what value will you bring? What new invention are you going to bring? What new changes are you going to bring? What problems are you going to solve? Is there a backbone of a problem that you're going to break in your industry or in your generation? When you do that, resources will flow to you. Listen, resources always flow up the mountain, not down. That pyramid structure in society, resources always flow upwards, from the periphery to the core. That is the design of the world. That is the design of resources. So when you have value, resources flow towards you. So as you craft your vision, that's what I would say. Think about that. What value are you bringing?